You know what the worst part about having fibromyalgia is this overwhelming sense of doom that it's never going to go away. The constancy of it is what can just wear a person's spirit down. And that is what I felt when I was suffering with my fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. Every day felt like I was in a war. I experienced many different symptoms at that time. It all came from a variety of different things that maybe I'll share in another video. But in short, I had fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, some form of Lyme disease. My heart would just go crazy, out of control whenever, randomly. Tachycardia, I think it's called POTS now. I had brain issues, I had seizures, I had nervous system pain. So a lot of different things, but in this video I really wanted to hone in on fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, because I almost had to address that one separately from my other conditions. And you know, in other videos that I shared, I did a 3-part video series on chronic pain. And one of the keys that I mentioned in that video, if you haven't watched it, highly recommend it, is the need for space. Space in our life, space inside. And so I, at a certain point, just, I don't know, I came to a point like maybe you have, where I was fed up with just lying still in the pain, the agony of the pain. And just some part of me just was like, I'm in pain anyway, I might as well try something different. The meds weren't working, a lot of the supplements that the naturopath had given me weren't working. So I decided, I had already had a Qigong practice at that point. Now, if you're not familiar with Qigong, it's a practice of really from classic or ancient China, understanding how we can use the vital energy through the channels of the body, through the meridians, to heal the body. And I had known a little bit about this practice that I want to share with you today, called standing meditation, Wuji standing meditation. But I had never really put it to the test. I heard of stories of masters of old that had healed themselves by just standing. And I was reading more and more of these stories, and it really captivated me how I love simplicity, and I love these incredible, amazing, transformational stories with just this simple practice. And so I went on a journey to do that for myself. And I began by doing this Wuji standing meditation every day. And at first, you know, I could only do it for a couple minutes, and I was in so much pain. But you know what happened to me that was amazing? Is in that couple minutes, I had a little glimmer. It was like a little amber from the fire that came back online. I felt it in my heart, I felt it in my body, and I clearly felt it in my mind. I had this moment of epiphany come to me. And that was all I needed. I just needed that little morsel to remind me of my old self. And I said, I want more of that. And so then I made a commitment to myself, this practice, that I would do it every day. Sometimes I would do it multiple times a day because the pain was so bad. And I didn't know what else to do, honestly. I was tired of, you know, all the different things, and just tired, to be honest, of just lying there. I was like, okay, I'd rather die standing up than just lying here, wasting away most of my day, which was, in truth, it was the prime of my life. I was young 20-year-old, late 20s, early 30s, around that time. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. And so that's what I did. And every day I increased the time just a little bit. Some days felt really great. Some days not so good at all. It felt like I was getting worse. And I felt like it was this pattern. You know, we all have this in our mind that healing starts here and it's this perfect line that's gonna get you from A to B smoothly. And if you're someone that's been around in chronic illness space, healing journey space, you know this. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. The healing is like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But it is that critical momentum of showing up every day that makes the difference. And that's what made the difference in the case for me with healing my fibromyalgia pain. Because in Qigong, there's a concept that sickness happens in the body when the body's closed in on itself, when there's lack of space. But when you create more space, like literally in your body, space between the organs, space between the tissues, space between the cells, the body actually works more efficiently. And I always think about it like pathogens, illnesses, they like to hide in the folds of our body. But when we open ourselves up, free of that, it allows the immune system, it allows the circulation, it allows the lymphatic flow to move that much more efficiently. So in this Wuji standing I would do every day, I was opening my body up. I was creating more space. And what started happening was my body started to feel better and better and better. Before you know it, I could stand for 20 minutes to a half hour. And you know what? Most of that time, I was not in pain. And then I can't remember how long it took. I think it was, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 months in. That's when all that chronic pain, all that debilitating heavy weight, you feel in your body all the time, that feels like sandbags you're carrying every day, that pain, that ache that goes all the way to the bones was gone. And all I did was just the standing meditation every day. So you can do this too. And if you're interested, I'm going to be offering a Wuji standing meditation workshop seminar at the end of this month. If you're someone that suffers with chronic fatigue, with fibromyalgia, I'm going to break down in this why this can heal you. What are the underlying things that are happening in this standing meditation? And obviously be on a live seminar with me where I can coach you and help instruct you so you can start building a daily practice like I did to heal your pain. And the beautiful part about this that I haven't shared before is, yes, when the pain goes, it's amazing, right? But what's even more amazing is the change you get in your personality, in your mind. Because what you'll find is a lot of the tendencies of your mind are more susceptible to getting things like chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis. So not only do you free your pain, but you free the tendencies of your mind that could potentially have gotten you in that sticky situation to begin with. I'm going to go through all of that in this seminar. Make sure you check it out. So I say to all my students and friends and clients, this is your opportunity. Take it or leave it now. But I can let you know from myself that this is one thing for sure, simple thing you could do that could be a catalyst to heal you. And I'd love for you to have that. Thank you all for tuning in live. If you appreciate this, go ahead, subscribe, join the channel, like it. Let me know in the comments section what you think about all this, space, standing meditation. And make sure you check out this video. This is also going to help you with your chronic pain. Love you all. Take good care.